arid, parched planet, home to billions who labor ceaselessly in colossal forges. In the closing days of the 41st millennium, it was but one of many such worlds. Then, the Great Rift sliced a nigh impenetrable chasm across the galaxy. Cut off from the Emperor's light, Vigilus found itself the sentinel of a new gateway into the shadowy Imperium Nihilus. The planet now sits at one end of the Nachmund Gauntlet, one of the few stable routes through the Rift's churning madness. It is a priceless link between the Imperium's worlds, its loss unthinkable. First came hordes of orcs, sent spinning across the galaxy by the Rift. Their frenzied attack plunged the planet's defenders into disarray. Insidious gene-stealer cults of the Pauper Prince began to surface, unwilling to lose their day of ascension to the green tide. As the conflict spread, Space Marines from countless chapters arrived to aid the embattled Castellans of the Rift, with Chapter Master Marnius Calgar rallying the Defenders' fractured command. Unexpected aid arrived from Craftworld's Syme Hahn, who assassinated the leader of a rising Chaos cult, only to be turned upon by Imperial forces. Blooded, but not beaten, the Eldari returned to mete out vengeance. As the fighting reached its peak, Abaddon the Despoiler himself darkened Vigilus' skies at the head of his Black Crusade. Calgar challenged Abaddon himself in a desperate bid to slow his advance, and although the Lord Macragge was laid low, his ruse bought enough time for a devastating strike against Abaddon's flagship, the Vengeful Spirit. Forced to withdraw, Abaddon's departure gave the defenders hope, but no respite. The war for Vigilus raged on. Anarchy reigned across the entire sector, and ravaged worlds continued to fall to the Black Legion's ships. Uncertain and exhausted, it seemed no amount of Imperial forces could bring Warzone Nachmund under control. But though millions perished, hope yet lived on Vigilus. Believing Marnius Calgar dead, Imperial defenders began to venerate his sacrifice, spreading the word of Saint Calgar's martyrdom. Guided by a mysterious light, the lost crusade of Mina's consecration burst from the warp, throwing a new tide of battle sisters into a devastating counterattack. Elsewhere, the uncompromising Inquisitor Carta Volnus continued his hunt for the Noctilith crowns. Warp spawned artifacts that threatened to engulf Vigilus in madness. On the island of Storval, the Firebrand Inquisitor found the source of these vile relics and whipped the ragged Imperials into an army that fought with zealous fury. By their sacrifice, the traitor resistance was broken, and Carta Volnus closed the demonic rift that fueled the Noctilith Forge. Vigilus could breathe once more, but only for a moment. Aliens and heretics still prey upon the system and its fallen worlds, cutting off hope of relief. This vital planet stands alone. Abaddon now sends his most fanatical herald to finish what he began. The Nachmund Gauntlet must fall. Vigilus may stand, but the Rift War has only just begun.